What if your company could be 720% safer than the industry average? And you could reduce your total recordable incidents rate by 86%. You can, and ABC can help. Our safety training evaluation process is a safety benchmarking and improvement tool. Through the implementation of enhanced safety programs, reduce their job site incidence rates regardless of company size or type of work. Get started for free today. Visit abc.org/step.
Welcome to ABC Safety Video. I'm Christy Herrera, the President, CEO of the Utah Chapter of Associated Builders and Contractors, and we are proud to present some of our best and brightest in terms of safety performance. Tied to our ABC Safety Evaluation Process, or STEP program, and other safety practices, we want to share with you what safety means to our top safety performers and the importance they place on the lives of their people. Watch and learn as we hear about the emphasis that these high-performing companies place on championing a safety culture for all of their people.
The highest level organization buys into it. Our president supports it. Our CEO supports it. And we don't just say it, we mean it. And we hold people accountable, they hold us accountable. If any of our leadership steps on a job site not properly attired, it's okay to have a laborer correct one of the senior leaders, say, "I apologize, sir, you can't be on our job site without the proper PPE." And so when we break down those walls amongst all of our groups, it's been a successful execution of safety at its finest. So safety is hugely important. I grew up with a father, sorry, I get emotional about it, but he was an iron worker. And as an iron worker, they're in danger every moment of every day. And actually 3 years before I was born, my dad about died. He fell about 90 feet on a project. They gave him less than 10% chance to live. And having seen him as I grew up and understand what he went through on his fall and how it was handled and what they could have done to avoid it was really a personal story. Sorry. And I'll never forget that. And my dad always drove into me, go get your education, focus and lead and become a manager, but never forget those people that make or break your organization. And that's the men and women in the field.
I believe our safety success is it's a culture here within our organization. We believe that everybody ought to come to work and go home each day and be with their family. And so we take safety seriously. We don't want it just to be a check-off box process. We want it to be a way of life, and that's how we work here. Every person that's hired here goes through a safety training process. Every day we have safety talks on the job sites. We have safety checklists. We have a full-time safety staff that goes around checking job sites, making sure we're in compliance, looking out for each other, making sure that we're doing things in accordance with what we should be doing.
We have a team of very committed employees throughout our organization, and we all value safety. It's something that we think about all the time. Every task, every project starts with safety. We value safety in our company and throughout our workplace because there's nothing more important to us than the safety of our employees. In fact, our first guiding principle says we make safety our family business. And so when we talk about valuing safety, it's different than prioritizing safety. If you prioritize something, you might rank it first at one point, second or third at another point. But at Staker Parson Companies, we value safety. At Staker Parson Companies, we are proud to be members of ABC and really appreciate the many training and opportunities we have through ABC to not just promote the industry as a whole, but also to make our company better. The ABC STEP program has been a valuable tool for us to self-evaluate our safety program, our processes, and to make improvements as a result. We really appreciate the recognition that this brings and the opportunity it helps all of our employees to work more safely.
When we first got involved with ABC, I was given the opportunity to fill out a STEP application. That application truly identifies the weaknesses in your safety program. And that taught me that we had a long ways to go to be safe on the job site. Probably the main reason, we've all said it, we've all heard it, we want everyone to go home at night, but I am truly passionate about our people and truly care about their safety out on the job site. And also it's the monetary factor involved in being safe. We save a lot of money out in the field, and then we're awarded more projects too with the safety culture that we have. Day before yesterday, I was in OSHA's office in Salt Lake, and we were talking about a potential problem on a job site. And they asked me that same question, what is safety important to you guys? And I brought up the fact that we're a multi-year platinum STEP award winner. And that opened their eyes wide open. And they knew that they were talking to a company that really values safety. Our mod factor is one of the lowest for our industry standard in the state. We maintain that year after year. That is very important for a general contractor when you go to their pre-qualification form. They want to see a subcontractor with a great safety program, low incident rate, and that in turn, we have more awarded jobs for us. I really think the employees here at RJP know my commitment to safety and how passionate I am about the guys in the field. Without them, there would be no company, period, end of story. So that's why safety comes first, before the money, before anything else. Most important to us.
Years ago, I had one of my guys hurt his back on a job site. And seriously, he was in the hospital, and I went up to visit with him. And his wife and his kids were there, and I was talking to him, and he had already determined that he wasn't ever going to be able to work at this job again. So I said, so, you know, your buddy's been up, you know, the other guy's on the crew. And he says, no, you're the first one. And I stood and I looked at him, and I looked at his family and his kids, and I thought, I never want to be here again. We do a lot of safety training, and we evaluate it constantly. And I think the ABC, with its evaluation process, forces you to take another look at it. And so we apply every year. And we have for, I don't know how many years, so over 20 years. All of the awards and whatnot, we make sure that everyone sees them. You know, when we win one, and we've won a lot of them, it's up to the guys won it, we didn't do it. So we'll take it out and we make sure they've all seen it. And so we're constantly, it's sort of always there, you know, every morning it's there. It's, you don't tell people to have a good day, you say, you know, be careful. And that's just how we've developed. Because we're such a small company, it wouldn't take one bad accident and we're dead. So we have to be constantly improving. And we have not just, you know, better safety meetings, but more attention paid to it. I think being attentive is the best thing that you can do. So that constant improvement thing is not so much improving our program, it's improving our conscious effort and making sure that we're always thinking of safety.
On the back of our hard hats, we changed from it saying safety is a priority to who's waiting for you at home. And that is on the back of all of our hard hats that our guys wear on our job sites, as that reminder that that is why we come to work. And what they had done inside of our hard hats was they had gathered pictures and little love notes from wives, from their children, those wives and children who live away from Utah. Some of those spouses had sent videos in, and these gals literally created an entire video to make sure every one of our superintendents and PMs were included in it and had their wives and children saying, hey, Daddy, be safe out there. I can tell you we ended that meeting about 2.5, 3 hours early. I had superintendents at the end of the presentation of the hard hats in the movie begging me not to turn the lights on. because of the, I guess just the emotion that it was a very emotional meeting. And going back to, your question of what makes Arnold great as far as our culture of safety, that meeting was the turning point for us. And it's what really made us know that safety is that value. Because it hit here, it came to their hearts. It was no longer, I need to check a box. It was no longer, I need to get a report in. It was, I'm doing this so me and everybody around me go home to their wife and kids. I do my best, but probably never often enough, but to thank them. Whether that's in an email or person to person in a handshake when we're out walking the jobs or through the office, to recognize their efforts. Because I believe when you do that, it shows that is something that's important. If me as the president, if I never bring it up and I never mention it more than in a letter one time a year, then I don't think they'll think I'm sincere about the importance of safety.